Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all having a great week or day or whatever you're doing. If you are new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with what goes on the channel. And today we're going to be looking into P3D version 4.4. I have finally moved over from FSX Steam Edition, which is a massive thing for me because I was umming and ahhing. I was like, should I do it, should I not? And I was live streaming a couple of flights and I just kept getting out of memory errors on Steam, on the FSX Steam one. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to move to P3D. And I've had a few issues. I had to update my BIOS because when I was flying on P3D, it just kept crashing. Like, it kept blue screening. So I was like, right, I need to sort this out. And it's just crashed again recently. But I think it's more to do with something to do maybe my overclock. So I'm looking into that to see what's caused it. It didn't cause a blue screen last time. But anyway, in this video we're going to be talking about the best settings for P3D version 4.4, which I have found, or which I'm using. I didn't find myself. I used the advice of a guy called Fraser Cooper on the VATSIM UK community forum, so a big shout out to you. His specs are a little less than mine on my hardware, PC hardware, but I found that they work really, really well. So I'm just going to show you guys kind of what I use. I've got two different presets. So I'll show you the performance preset and I'll show you the ultra preset as well at another point in time. So if we go over to options and go to display, so I've got the profile under performance test because I've left it like this since I was testing it all out. So I'm using the GTX 1080 Ti. And I have my screen resolution to 1920 1080 by 32. FXAA off, anti-aliasing, or whatever you want to call it. I have it on 2x MSA AA. Texture filtering, anti-anistrophic, times 16, and then the texture resolutions to ultra, basically 4K textures. I'm pretty sure that's what most people have anyway. So I use VSync as well with triple buffering and then have a target frame rate of unlimited. I just think it allows my system to open up its performance. I found that when I've locked frames to like 30, I don't get as high frames as I do in unlimited and it doesn't become very smooth. But yeah, let's have a little look at the world now and kind of how we have the terrain. So level of detail radius is ultra. We want to make sure that, you know, it basically just shows the level of distance in a big surrounding area, which I like because I don't like looking out into the distance and seeing horrible grey, weird, like meshed up textures. Tessellation Factor, I believe this is where your graphics card kind of comes in to help out and stuff like that, but leave it on low, it just seems to work. I have tried it on ultra, you know, it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but low seems to perform well. Mesh resolution 2 meters with a texture resolution of 15 centimeters. So you're still getting very nice looking terrain. And then use the high resolution terrain textures as well. We all want that, especially if you're using stuff like Orbx. Water and bathymetry. I have the water detail on medium. Just seems to work. I don't really see too much difference in having it in like max quality or whatever you want to call it, ultra. And then reflections, don't really put anything on it, to be honest. I could put clouds on, some people do, but I just leave them off. It doesn't really seem too much of a difference to me during the actual flight. Scenery objects. So I have it on very dense, with scenery complexity, auto-gen scenery draw distance, very high, auto-gen vegetation density, very dense, and auto-gen building density, very dense. Some people use dynamic 3D auto-gen vegetation. I wouldn't advise it. It basically just uses up more system performance and it's slightly annoying. Special effects, leave it to low. I don't understand, you know, this is more for like fireworks. Like, where are you going to see fireworks in P3D? You're not really going to see much, you know, unless you're doing like gunfights or something in an F22 Raptor. I have no idea. Special effects distance, medium, you know, you're not really going to see too much special effects in this sort of aspect, so just leave it there. Lighting, enable HDR lighting, brightness 0.84, bloom 1.23, and then saturation of 0.81. It allows you just to kind of make it look pretty, which it does. Dynamic reflections. See, some people have this on like ultra because they like it, but I'm not too worried. I just leave it on there. But put dynamic lighting on, landing lights illuminate the ground, display lens flare. This, you can turn the lens flare off if you want. It is a performance killer sometimes for some PCs. Shadow quality, medium. Shadow draw distance, medium. And then casting and receiving, so the internal vehicle, so like your aircraft, want it to cast and receive shadows. And the same for clouds, except you don't really want that receiving. But anyway, we'll move on to the weather. This is kind of good if you're using active sky and stuff like that. So I just have the cloud draw distance at 70 miles and the cloud coverage density set to maximum. We want it to be covered up. We don't want to have loads of different little patches, which can be frustrating and make it look quite unrealistic at times. Simulation settings enable turbulence and thermal effects on your vehicle, but make sure you put rate at which weather changes over time and no change. Reason being is because most people use active sky. You've also got detailed clouds, that's what I have it on, with volumetric fog, detailed precipitation, and ticks on as well on the windshield effects, which is nice, and then thermal visualization, none. So that is all the settings realistically. Oh yeah, unless you're using Ultimate Traffic Live, we're just going to have a quick look at the traffic. Unless you're using Ultimate Traffic Live, I wouldn't advise using any of this stuff at all. Like, I just leave it all off. Ride vehicles, it's just a massive effect on your system. Unless you're recording videos for YouTube, you might want to chuck the road vehicles, ships and stuff up a little bit. But I'm not too worried about it. I just kind of leave all that sort of stuff off so I can just get along with flying. And then realism, that's the normal sort of stuff. But yeah, traffic is a massive influence on your system performance, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But anyway, let's go and take a look at Nvidia Inspector. If you have an Nvidia card, then you can use this to tune. If you don't, then probably best to click off this video now. But if you are looking to get an Nvidia card, then this is good info for you. So yeah. Right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to use the Nvidia Inspector app. I'm not sure how up to date this is. I haven't updated it in a little while. However, what we are going to look at is go here. So we're going to go Start Profile Inspector. And this will bring up a little menu here, so we'll just put that there for the moment. And we are going to type in, we're going to find Prepared 3D, there we go. And this should have some of the settings that I have used and changed around a little bit just to show some stuff. So, on the compatibility, this will probably be on anyway, so I'd just leave it on. Sync and refresh, you want to go down to triple buffering, make sure that is on because you're going to be using it within the sim. But also make sure you have the frame rate limiter off. That's a big thing. Most people try to limit the frames, but you want to put the limiter off. Some people like to do it outside of the sim using this, and it helps with performance, but it really does depend on what you're looking for. So going down to anti-aliasing mode, you want it to be enhance the application setting, so it's just basically making better what P3D is doing anyway. The transparency super sampling, 2 times sparse grid super sampling, seems to work quite well. And then enable Maxwell sample interleaving MFAA. So that's going to be used by P3D as well. Going down to texture filtering, you want to have texture filtering anisotropic filter optimization on, and texture filtering quality high quality. Moving on down to common. Power management mode, prefer maximum performance. We want it to be smooth, we don't want it to be glitchy. So prefer maximum performance allows you to probably get the best FPS out of that really as well. SLI, don't worry too much about that unless you have dual graphics cards, which I don't. But other than that, that is literally it. You don't need to worry about too much other stuff with Nvidia Inspector. And that's it in total really. I think using these sort of settings really does help with P3D. You can do some more settings with Active Sky. Maybe I'll go into that in a little bit more detail a little bit further on down the line. And also Rec Skyforce, so I still need to get that installed on here. I haven't done that as such. But I will be bringing out a new video soon showcasing the best add-ons and how to make P3D look a bit more realistic. Whether it's for free or payware, I'll show you both. So anyway, thanks for watching guys. I hope you did enjoy. If these settings do work for you, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any advice that you want to give me regarding settings, please let me know down below. I'll try them out and show you guys what I think. I will make another video as well regarding the ultra settings, to show you kind of what it looks like as well. Because my system performs quite well on both, so it's not too much to worry, but I prefer this one because it just runs smoother. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If this did help, make sure you leave a massive like on this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with my latest content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!